All right, just sit back and get ready to have the most fun you ever had with an electronic device. All right, everybody, welcome to the Get On With It Sports Show. It is Wednesday, November the 20th, 2024. Jersey Johnny coming at you with me, as always, is none other than Mr. RadioPete and Mr. Harry Lug Nutz. Say hello, gentlemen.
Hello, gentlemen.
Hello to all you gentle, good people out there.
Hopefully there's more than just gentlemen out there listening, you know.
Hello to all you vagabonds, rapscallions, villains, rogues as well.
Rogues. Yeah, don't forget the rogues. Don't forget the rogues.
Gender-neutral idiots.
Exactly. Harry, you just texted me. Is that a new STD? Which is that?
The link. You said, did you get the link?
Did you get the link? Oh, yeah, it's not a new STD. Okay.
Good thing we're doing that on the air. Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is a podcast about sports where we start with pictures of Asian food misspelled. So
That's why none of us are medical professionals.
Exactly. Is that your phone?
What is that?
I don't know what that is.
Is that your phone?
No, leave it on. It's more interesting.
It's like put it to the mic so I can hear it all.
My phone is off and something was playing.
Interesting.
What was her name?
I don't know. I thought it was one of the voices.
That was the video that the algorithm really wanted you to see.
That was yeah, exactly.
I guess it must have been. You know, it's either I get a lot of dachshunds, penguins, and chicks with big tits, which I enjoy all three.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where do you start getting the penguins with
in
big
that
tits?
order? No, penguins with big tits are actually.
Yeah, lately mostly dachshunds. Yeah, I don't know why. They know me. I find them. I stop occasionally to watch one because I find them entertaining.
Well, you know, I always say, "Get along, little doggy." You know,
Yeah. And
get along, little doggy, get it?
Yeah, no, yeah, we're off to a bad
All right, there you go.
Ah.
That's beyond dad joke. That's
no. That's quite literally right, spot on, dad joke.
Stepdad joke.
There you go. Yeah. So,
All
I've
right.
been both, so I know.
All right.
No,
You've been both, okay?
there you go. I've had it. All right. Well, let's get through these memes so we can get to some sports. So yeah,
Do what we do.
I think you're gonna like this one. Then we're gonna start off with muff wash detailing.
Yeah, you were wrong. Nice logo, though.
There you go. Muff wash detailing. And if you need, if you need your muff washed, go to muffwash.co.uk.
Yeah. No, it's the UK. It's the UK that makes it not dirty.
Right. Because they wash everything over there.
Because they say it with that lovely accent.
Well, no, because a muff is a thing in the UK that it is not here.
It's a thing here too. It's you put your hands in it.
Yeah, but over there it's like
to keep you warm.
You can get at least smacked, if not most, arrested for putting your hands in it. So.
No. You can put both hands in.
However,
that depends. That depends.
Depends on the muff. I know.
You can wash a muff with a muff. I think that's it's legal.
You can do
Can't do it in public.
It's a specialty category.
Exactly.
Yeah. If you've got enough coin, then
wasn't that a CBS show in the late '80s? Muff to Muff. Just spin off of Golden Girls.
It was a spin off of Heart to Heart.
Heart to Heart.
There you go.
That's right. I think Angie Dickinson was in that for some
You're
reason.
thinking of the Ellen DeGeneres show.
That's right.
All
right, let's move on.
Moving on, we have from Wendy's says our secret ingredient is our people, and now hiring.
And they're hiring because
they're hiring.
It's been busy.
Mm-hmm. I thought that those fries tasted a little bit like Frank.
Yeah,
exactly.
Although, listen, Wendy's. I don't know if you followed, not that I am on X at this point, but they were pretty rough. They had a nice repartee, and by repartee they mean they ripped the shit out of like Burger King and stuff.
Right.
When Burger King would come at them on.
Wait. Are you telling me the Burger Wars are back?
Burger Wars
I'm saying
are back.
whoever was running the Wendy's Twitter/X account does a great job of destroying anyone who comes after them.
Now, Pete,
so this might have been a corporate decision that went out, and not a mistake at all.
Now, Pete, I don't mean this to sound judgmental, but why in God's earth are you following Wendy's on any social media?
I'm not on any social media. Well, I mean, I have an Instagram account, but I don't really use it. But I just remember seeing this. Of course, I'm on Facebook. I think it was a Facebook thing where they were pointing out how Wendy's was just absolutely.
I think you're right because I did see that they were Twitter/X posts, but they were all posted on.
So we see that the algorithm has you guys down pat.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Pretty much. So whoever was running the Wendy's account was just absolutely roasting Burger King or McDonald's or anyone who.
I'm not sure I've ever eaten at a Wendy's.
You're lucky.
Yeah. Wendy's is probably one of the better. Certainly not healthy for you by any means. Some things are there. They do have salads and so forth, but it's definitely one of the better options.
Are the people in the salad?
As far as we know, yeah.
There is a little wang to the coffee.
It's coffee's not salad. But anyway,
I didn't say that.
All right.
Yeah, if you want like an 850 calorie salad, then go to Wendy's.
Right.
Yeah. All right.
They do the opposite of a salad. They take salad and they make it as absolutely unhealthy as they possibly
can. Timeline exceeded. Meme time frame exceeded.
Where's the bell? PTI. Ding.
Moving on to this next one. It's similar. It's not Wendy's, but we serve more than pizza. We serve people.
Yeah.
It's a lot of cannibalism.
It's the Soylent Green Company.
It's the Soylent Green. Yep. Yeah. And the year for Soylent Green, by the way, anybody that does know what the hell we're talking about, actually has passed. It was like 5 years ago or something like that.
Yeah. So we've all been eating it for 5 years.
We've all been eating people for 5 years. So.
Okay. Better than plastic.
Well, yeah, I would say actually. Yeah.
Well, but actually, we all have plastic in us now because it gets absorbed into our bodies.
Only if you're lucky.
Only if you pay.
Well, you don't necessarily need to pay, but I guess once for the plastic.
Well, see, that's the whole thing. Like plastic, they say plastic never degrades, right? It lives on forever. So if there's plastic in us, we'll live on forever, right? That's the deal, right?
Sure.
Right. Anyway,
that's why nobody decays anymore.
Exactly. All right, moving on to the next one. Harry hit this kind of on the noggin. The next three are what
misspelled Asian foods.
There you go. So this one we have stir-fried bead, and it's
nice,
and it's also $85,000.
Well, 85,000 something.
85,000 something.
It's sir, so it might be British,
Right.
Nice.
Stir-fried bead.
It doesn't look bad. I'll be honest with you. Those carrots look pretty nice.
They actually do. The cauliflower looks pretty good too.
Again, we're on the people and food theme. We're 3 out of 3 now. Is the fourth one going to be people related?
It might be. It might be. All right. Let's check out the next one. And the next one is loofah with dried scallops.
There you go. So we're still kind of.
That's actually not a mistake.
Okay.
Loofah, when it's very young, can be eaten.
All right, there you
go. Sorry.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
Sorry.
Don't say it.
I won't say it.
Don't say it. Okay, next.
All right. Loofah with dried scallops. But do dried scallops really go with young loofah?
Yeah, that's
only to the prom. Next.
All right. And to wrap it all up and finish it out, we have rooster testicle with green pepper.
Well, that's probably a real thing.
Rooster testicle, but it's on the same menu as bolognese spaghetti.
Well,
and grilled beef with pate and bread. So I mean,
I don't know.
Pate bread. I don't know what restaurant this is. What are they doing? Rooster testicles, spaghetti bolognese, and grilled beef on pate.
It's called pan. It's pan Asian.
It's fusion. It's fusion.
What was the Seinfeld character? Babu.
Babu, yes. Yeah. I was thinking the same thing. It says
A little
restaurant
bit
night.
of everything.
A little bit of
I want
everything.
a corned beef sandwich. I want some spaghetti bolognese. I want some rooster testicle. Let's go see Babu. He's got it all.
I was thinking the exact same thing, Pete, with Babu. Absolutely.
Yep.
Was actually just going to say that.
Yep.
That's funny. So, yeah, there you go. Rooster testicle with green pepper. All right. Those are the memes for today.
Here's the question. Would you try it?
Rooster testicles? No.
Yeah.
No. Nope. I have had, the only thing I've had that comes anywhere close to that, and they were a lot bigger than rooster testicles, was Jim. Yes. He's a lot bigger than rooster testicles.
His testicles are bigger than a rooster's testicles.
No, it was
I served him at the bathhouse on Thursday.
From Wind Coop Brewing in Denver, Colorado.
Oh, yeah.
Rocky Mountain Oyster Stout.
Yeah, they're
yeah.
Yeah, and it's the stout brewed with bull testicles.
With the
and Radio Pete, I will ask you, who do you think was sitting right next to me while I was drinking this particular beer?
It's the co-host on the podcast.
He's sitting right below us.
Yeah,
right there.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Denver for many years was just come to Denver, pretend the altitude is not going to impact you, get dehydrated, drink way too much alcohol, and puke up bull testicles, or AKA Rocky Mountain oysters that you had.
That was the state slogan, by the way.
Yeah. Yes.
That was for about a week
Colorado.
and a half. For about a week and a half, that was the
Colorado. Come and pretend the altitude won't affect you. Get dehydrated, drink a lot of beer, and puke up
bull testicles.
In fact, if you look at the Urban Dictionary, Hickenlooper now means puking up bull testicles. And that's no offense to John Hickenlooper, who actually.
Well, I'm gonna put a bid on thatphrase.com.
That's right.
Yeah, corner that website.
That's right. Yeah,
love it.
That's good stuff.
Now you get, for a very long time, you get high now though first before you do any of that.
Oh, you have to.
So now you really fucked up.
Well, you're already high because of the altitude.
Well, yeah, you're multiple ways
really
high.
Yeah. You could basically shriver your entire fucking meat stick in no time. Your meat carcass into nothing. It's good. It's good stuff.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Good fun. Right. Good clean fun. Good clean fun. All right.
Rooster
testicles. All right, everybody.
All right. There we go. All right. So
this is how First Take starts every morning.
Absolutely. Now it's time for a commercial. No, seriously though. Let's jump right to football.
All right, here we go.
Look.
Go ahead, John.
We're going to talk a little bit about the Giants and the Jets. And we'll talk about some other stuff too. And then we got picks to do and everything else. But talking about the Giants, I actually need a cocktail for that. So I'm actually gonna.
I'll let you guys go, and I'll be back in about 20 minutes.
No. I need your take on a couple of things. So yeah, I'm.
Well, we have exciting news in Giants camp, right?
Do we?
Well, yeah.
We do,
right? Well, DJ's done.
They signed Joe Burrow
He signed Joe Burrow, yeah. So no, I got to ask you now. Now, look. Here's the thing. Daniel Jones has been benched. Daniel Jones is pretty much, for all intents and purposes, done. He has thrown his last pass, handed off his last ball.
His last interception.
He's thrown his last interception. I can no longer use on Facebook my meme of Daniel Jones, the turnover machine.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll never be able. I can use it. Well, I can't use that one
because
the
uniform.
I still have to change the uniform to wherever he goes, but he probably won't ever really play again. So, who knows? But he's made enough money that he doesn't have to, right? So, I mean, he has that going for him. So, but I really, he was benched in favor of Tommy DeVito. They skipped right over Drew Lock.
Yeah.
And went to Tommy DeVito, which I think honestly was probably the smartest thing to do.
Then why was Drew Lock number 2? Is that
because Drew Lock should have never been signed? Tommy DeVito should have been the backup. They should have had another guy behind him. Called it a day. They wasted $5 million on Drew Lock. Drew Lock. All right, we know how we feel about Daniel Jones, right? Drew Lock aspires to be Daniel Jones. Well, I don't know what the hell he was. Look,
he's as bad, not worse.
Yeah,
trust me, I saw him firsthand.
So they should, yes, you did, but I don't understand.
Okay, but when was the last time he was a starter?
2 years ago.
I mean, other than filling in as, for injury.
Well,
didn't he play a couple of games?
Last year he played a couple of games.
3 years ago, he was a starter for the
last year
seasons ago, 2+ years, less than 3 years ago, he was a starter for the.
Okay, so we've
right,
seen
but last year he did start a couple of games in place of Geno Smith up in Seattle.
Yeah, but he wasn't a starter.
No, he started a couple of games.
Of course.
Right. So he started games. That's what Pete's saying. He started a game.
No. What I'm saying is, when was the last time he was the starter?
Oh, that 3 years ago. Yeah, he was.
Okay,
he was.
We haven't really seen him
first
play.
String. That's what you're saying. First string.
Yes. Doing something other than filling in for somebody for the starter for a couple of games. So you haven't seen him play in 3 years, really. A couple of games.
You haven't seen Daniel Jones play in 3 years.
I haven't seen Daniel Jones play in 6 years.
5 years.
So what is the? I mean, really, is the book closed in your guys' minds on Drew Lock?
Yes,
he's just no good. He was no good in Denver, right?
I have no idea.
Never signed him.
But why did you make him QB2? Why?
Yeah. I didn't make him QB2.
I'm not saying
and
what obviously fucking meathead, whatever his name is for
Joe Shane.
No. Fucking
Brian Daboll.
Brian Daboll made him QB2.
Joe Shane made him QB2.
No,
by signing him to that position.
That's not true.
Joe.
That's not true.
So you really think that Tommy Cutlets is a better quarterback than Drew Lock? And
I don't necessarily
wait a minute. Let me finish my question.
Fair enough.
This is not more or as much of a PR move as it is a football move. Because we love Tommy Cutlets. He's the underdog, the kid from Jersey, blah, blah, blah. This season is a wash. So let's bring him in and we'll have a feel-good story. And if he doesn't play that well, hey, it's Tommy fucking Cutlets.
I'll say this.
That's why this move is made. I don't think it has anything to do
based on wins and losses, and some of this is not necessarily directly at either quarterback. Mm-hmm. Based on wins and losses, yes, Tommy DeVito is a better quarterback than Drew Lock.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what's the sample size for each of them?
Well, what's Tommy DeVito's record?
Drew Lock is 9-13 or something like that.
What's
Tommy DeVito is 3-3.
3-3.
Okay. So look. What I was going to say.
I understand what you're saying there, Harry, but it's just not enough of a sample size.
There's
nothing to me that says Tommy DeVito is demonstrably
better. No, it's not. That's not the case.
This is a feel-good story.
Yes,
for the Giants.
Had I finished what I was saying, that's exactly what I was going to say. This has nothing to do with winning.
Off with a question, and then you cut me.
Does it really feel good? I'm sick of it.
No. Stop.
I'm dreading all the fucking Goombas. Oh God.
Listen.
God, you don't live here.
All right. Yeah, but
go ahead.
All right. Anyway, the New Jersey Italians, which you grew up as one, but that's besides the point.
Yeah, I know.
Have you met
some of them? They're fucking awful.
Anyway,
freaking Italians. God damn.
So listen, all right. This has nothing to do with winning, all right? Because if this had anything to do with winning, something would have happened months ago, all right? This has nothing to do with winning. They're not maybe they win a few games. Maybe they screw themselves out of one of the incrementally all right quarterbacks in next year's draft. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. Who knows? This has everything to do with getting the fan base to actually care about fucking football for the next 7 games and watch them. That's what this is about.
No, what this has to do is twofold. Yes, I agree with that a little bit. Yeah. We get people back in the seats, whatever. Fucking marinara cutlets, great. And you don't have to pay Daniel
Marinara cutlets.
You don't have to. Yeah, John Mara cutlets.
John Marek - Nara cutlets.
You don't have to pay Daniel Jones $25 million if he gets hurt. That's all this is about.
Of course.
If that clause was not in his contract, you would not have a quarterback change.
Of course.
So there you go. So there's 100%. The Giants. Suckier than ever. Right. So in hindsight, Coach Lug Nutz, GM Lug Nutz, wanted to draft Bo Nix last year. I think I remember saying that once, 12, 27, 38 times.
Yeah, but your other team did so.
Yeah. So
you know what I love about Harry? He never gloats when he's right.
No, what I love about it is that last year you had arguably one of the best quarterback classes in a long time. Now this year, I look, as much as I fucking can't stand their personalities, I think Shedeur Sanders is going to be a really good NFL quarterback. And I think some of these other guys are going to be, I think if you want to draft a quarterback.
What do you think about Wade from
then you should. I don't love him.
You like Sanders better?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Look, my eyes are always right. If you're really good in college in a drop back passing situation, odds are, with few exceptions, you're gonna be better than Daniel Jones in the NFL.
That's the textbook, right? And it's been for a while now.
Right.
If you're really good in a drop back passing situation in college, you're going to be better than Daniel Jones in the NFL.
Right. So there you go.
But you might not have the legs.
Now I have a question for both of you. I have a question for both of you first.
Okay.
With this benching, all right, Daniel Jones has been relegated to the 3rd seed, right? He's behind Drew Lock. Drew Lock remains the backup quarterback.
Yeah, because they don't want him to have to play all
around.
Right. Now they also signed yesterday. I don't know if either of you saw this because I did when I saw it, I didn't put it in the group, but you might have seen it. They also signed to the practice squad. They signed Tim Boyle yesterday.
Excellent.
Okay,
well,
which means
go down in a helicopter,
right? Which means if Tommy DeVito gets hurt and Drew Lock comes in and he gets hurt, Daniel Jones is still not seeing the field again. Tim Boyle.
No, what's going to happen is if Tommy DeVito gets hurt and can't play in the next game, Daniel Jones gets a mysterious injury, and Danny Boyle is made.
There you go. Yeah, that's what happened.
They're dedicated to not play.
Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones' last play as a Giant was handing off to Tyrone Tracy and him fumbling the ball. That was the last play of Daniel Jones' Giants career.
There you go. All
right. Well, look,
hold on. I didn't get to my question. I have a question for both of you.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
With this benching of Daniel Jones.
They didn't ask it.
Okay. And him being done as a Giant. Right? We know that's the truth, right? What am I going to do with this?
Is that a Bobby Jones Sixers jersey?
Yeah. Well, if it were, I'd keep it. So
is that a Brent Jones jersey?
Brent Jones, too tall. Yeah. I get rid of the red. It's just a blue and white. It's too tall.
Do you guys sage your house ever before or after Christmasville goes up or down? I think you should include that in the saging.
All right, let me ask you this. Who do you know?
By the way, those of you just listening to the audio podcast, I was holding up a Daniel Jones jersey.
Why do you have a Daniel Jones jersey?
Because
Daniel Jones jersey.
My jersey guy had gotten extras. I
literally got it. Hold on. All right, let's dig into this. You've got a fucking jersey guy?
I bet he has more than
what do you think? I just like happen to find these jerseys.
This is his main jersey.
Throw away the rest.
Ladies
and gentlemen, it's now going to be me and Pete interviewing Johnny about his jersey guys. Guys from Jersey. No, jersey suppliers. I got a guy for that. What do you need? Oh, you need a city. A City View NBA jersey. Oh, I got a guy for that. So no. I'm serious. How many jersey guys do you have?
3.
Holy shit! And
do you meet these guys?
You don't have to give their full names.
No.
The back corner of a dark parking lot.
Are any of them Vinny?
They're all around swinging. They're all at flea markets.
They're all at flea markets.
Jersey guy. That's great stuff.
Let me ask you this. Now, this is what I want you to do in the next couple weeks.
You got it.
I want you to go to all 3 of your jersey guys and see what the trade-in value is for a Daniel Jones jersey. No. Hold on. And you have to get rid of the jersey at one of the flea markets and then come back on the show and show us what you actually traded it for.
See if you can trade it for a Drew Lock.
I don't know if I want that either.
I
actually do know if I want that either. I don't.
Or a bag of M&Ms.
Bag of M&Ms actually might work. I'll be honest with you. I got this when he was a rookie. All right, my one of my jersey guys actually got a bunch in. He's like, I got so many extras in, and he didn't even order. right? So I got it. I literally got it for like super cheap. I like
tell you
didn't spend anything.
Let me
So send it to.
But I got it, but he was a rookie. So in all fairness, it's not like I bought it last year when we knew he sucked, right? I bought it.
Send it to
6
someone
years
you know.
ago.
Send it to someone you know who's a Giant fan that you hate.
It's a Christmas. It's a good white elephant gift.
Yeah.
No. But
wrap it up and send it.
Get Jess to film it. I want to see you at a flea market trying to.
I think that's a great idea.
Trade in a Daniel. If I was out there, I'd do it with you because I would be, I would be the one doing it. But it's almost like a Jordan Klepper skit.
Like, what can I get for this?
For
hold on, come here.
What would you give me
what can I
for
get
this Daniel
what would you give me
Jones
for this?
Or better yet, if you could stand outside
Mm-hmm.
in the parking lot during a Giants game and see what you could get.
Daniel
Jones jersey.
One Daniel Jones jersey for sale. Anybody?
Now, could you get a beer for it? Could you get a hot dog for it? Or would you get punched? That's what I want to know.
At Giant Stadium at tailgating before a game, I would get punched.
You might get punched.
I might get punched. I most likely would just continually get laughed at. That was it.
Now, do you have more than one of these Jersey guys? Are they at the same place at the same time?
No, different.
Wait, and let me ask you this question.
Okay.
Do they know that you have other Jersey guys?
Oh, yeah.
They do, huh?
They do.
You keep them on their toes.
I do. I pit them against each other.
You're poly.
No, I got one.
The same place, and you get it any sort of offer.
I got one. I'll be honest with you.
Try and
leverage poly when it comes to your jersey.
I got one for new football jerseys and new baseball jerseys. That's one. I have one for vintage, if you will, these Reebok and before, even like starter, even before that. But the Reeboks, I love the Reeboks. I got one guy that gets them.
So that guy is mothballs.
Pretty much, yeah. And then I have one guy that finds cool finds and like throwback the Mitchell and Ness jerseys for football and baseball and
wild card Willie,
basketball and hockey and everything else, kind of a wild card kind of a thing.
Let me ask you this question, John.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever worn a team logo on your undergarments since you've been an adult?
No.
Okay.
No.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Okay. So you don't have Pittsburgh Steelers socks or underwear?
I do not. I have jerseys. I have caps. I have a couple of winter beanies, but most of them are my New York teams. I have a couple of others, but yeah. And I have some T-shirts. That's it. And then my actual fandom, I have hoodies and my Giants and my Knicks and my
nipple tassels,
the propellers.
Pittsburgh Pirate nipple.
Right, exactly.
But like we all do.
But
yeah, you don't have any Cardinals
teams that I'm not fans of, teams that I'm not a fan of, that I'm just like,
the jersey.
It's a jersey and a cap. That's all I have. That's it. So, and there's only one team, one football team I do not have a jersey for, and you both know what that is.
Dallas Cowboys?
The Dallas Cowboys. That's correct. I do not have a Dallas Cowboys jersey. I have every other team. Do not have a Dallas Cowboys.
Well, there's no reason to have one.
Yeah.
There isn't. And speaking of Dallas Cowboys and the Giants, who would have thought before the beginning of the season that the Giants Cowboys Thanksgiving Day 4:30 p.m. Thanksgiving Day game would have been Tommy DeVito versus Cooper Rush?
Well,
yeah. Let me bring two things up here very quickly. We had our what's the name of it? Lifespan, our quarterback lifespan game.
Yes, we did.
And our first knockout was Jacoby Brissett.
Yep.
Replaced by Drake May, who looks pretty good.
Drake May does look good. He does.
Yeah, pretty good class of rookie QBs. Of which I would say right now, Bo Nix might be the best of them. And you might say, what about Jaden Daniels? And I would say, yeah, Nix might be a little bit better. But
yeah, Bo Nix might be the best of them. And
they're both good.
Sure, kudos to Harry, and the Giants could have had Bo Nix.
Yeah.
They would have had Malik Neighbors if they had Bo Nix.
Jaden Daniels started here and has stayed there. Nix,
that's exactly
what had a rough start. But he's
gotten better over the course of the season.
I think overall, Jaden Daniels has had a better year so far.
Yeah,
it's not over yet.
A little bit. But Bo Nix was up against Daniel Jones in our how long will they lifespan? And Johnny and I picked Knicks to get the bench first, and Harry, you picked Daniel Jones, and you were right about that.
You're right.
So there you go. So, and we all picked Brissett. So you're 2-0, and John and I are 1-1.
Now, keep in mind, I did when I said this, and this isn't like covering my ass, so to speak. When I said that, I did think that. I mean, we were wrong. We were wrong with Bo Nix, and of course, but I honestly did not expect Daniel Jones to last till week 11. All right.
No, I said it'd be gone by week 9. So
yeah, exactly.
That,
but we just expected Bo Nix to go sooner. That's all.
Now, here's the other thing, and it's a non-thing because I chickened out, and I fell for the hype. We have a better regular season record thing going on with a bunch of teams, and 2 of those teams are the Cowboys and the Eagles. I was originally going to say the Cowboys and the Giants, at which we all would have picked the Cowboys, and
I picked the Cowboys to have a better record than the Eagles.
No, we all picked the Eagles because I didn't go Cowboys Giants. That might have been a better call to go.
Had you gone Cowboys Giants, we all would have picked the Cowboys. It very well might be the Giants.
But it might be wrong. Yeah, I don't think there's any chance they're going to have
there's a very good shot that the Cowboys
who's going to have the worst team?
Worst
record? Okay.
Yes, there's a very good shot that the Cowboys have the worst record in the division.
Yeah,
they're pretty bad.
Well, so the Giant, Brian Dable, just listen to me for once, buddy. Okay. Do whatever you possibly fucking can to lose out the rest of the season. Please lose every game. Let Tommy run around, make him throw whatever. Yeah, great. And then we lose. We need the best odds at the first pick.
Are you gonna?
By the way, go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's it.
All right. Well,
don't fuck this up.
If you're gonna take Shedeur, are you prepared to have Dion as your coach?
I don't give a fuck.
You're fine with that.
Why not? At this point, why not?
It can't be worse, right?
Can't be any worse. It'll be more entertaining.
Buffalo's doing well. He's remade that team twice in the last 2 years.
What?
Right? Last year they started out hot, but then fizzled.
Table that for a second. Well,
but they're right in the mix.
Yeah, but here's the thing. When you say coach, are we talking head coach or are we talking coach on this?
No. I'm just saying, if Dion says without saying, wherever Shedeur goes, I might want to go. Now, he came out the other day and said, I'm very happy here in Colorado and I'm not going anywhere. But we know money talks and everybody says
I think he's going to stay. Here's my take on Colorado and Dion real quick. Yes, he's finally turned this team around. He did 2 things, okay? They made sure they did not have as tough a schedule as they had last year.
Yes.
And number 2, they've revamped and gotten a little bit better on the offensive line to help with
what was a big problem for them.
It was a big problem last year. It still is, but they have a lot of talent for Shedeur to throw to.
Well,
here's one thing to think about. Here's one thing
to win the Heisman.
If Colorado was in the Big 12 or the SEC, they would be in each of those conferences somewhere between the 5th and 6th best team. That's all I'm going to say.
No, you're right. That's
right. That's a valid question. He's got Sanders, who is undeniably talented.
Travis
Hunter, who's probably going to win the fucking Heisman. So how do you do without those guys?
And could be the first two-way player in the NFL in a long time.
Right, which is why I'm saying he might want to go after this year.
Right.
Because he's not going to have those guys next year.
Here's the thing. I don't care where he goes. I don't care where Shedeur Sanders goes. I don't care if Dion actually wants to go and coach in the NFL. And I'm sure he does at some point, right? But
I would imagine.
Right. But here's the thing. There's no way in hell any team, with the exception maybe of the Jets, which he's not going to go to. And I say that with all the love in the world, Pete. There's no way any team is just going to give a coach that has never coached it down as any coordinator in the NFL the head coaching job.
Let me say something too. I think for Dion's benefit and Shedeur's benefit, I think they shouldn't be on the same team in the NFL.
Right. I'm just saying,
and I also think if Dion goes anywhere, it's going to be Dallas.
Right. But my point is, it's going to be a lesser team if they're going to do it. My point is that, look at Matt Rule, came out of college. Cliff Kingsbury came out of college. Now, obviously, there's exceptions to the rule, and obviously that was Pete Carroll. But Pete Carroll took a while before he became Pete Carroll. All right, Jim Harbaugh, yeah, but
he's been back and forth.
Go back to Chip Kelly.
And he's a Harbaugh. They were like, weren't the Harbaughs like all like coordinators in between their college seasons? Like,
right. So yeah. So
it's like it's like a Shanahan. Like,
it's not going to be a team that's built for like that's okay. It's here's low, here's high. There's not going to be a team that's here or up that's going to say, you know what, I'm going to fire my coach and give you the head coaching job. It's not happening.
Well, because he doesn't have the college resume that Harbaugh and Pete
Carroll. He knows that, and I think
2 years.
I do think he's actually going to stay at Colorado.
Mm-hmm. I think he very well might. I'm just asking you guys as Giant fans, if he decides I'm going to go.
If he wants to come in and get a coordinator's position, sure, yeah, absolutely.
I don't care. Bring it on. Look, this ownership is not going to go and invest in. They're not going to bring back the 90 Giants or the 85
Giants. It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
With all due respect, John, with all due respect, and we'll get into this is another conversation. We can have another argument about this another day and another time. But John Mara, with all due respect, is not his father.
And let me tell you something.
That's my point.
Not his father.
You know what?
What has John Mara done?
It's less about coaching ability and more about coaching. Mm-hmm. Let me tell you what I mean by that. Okay, there's a reason why some coaches, no matter what personality they have, personnel-wise, are able to coach.
Right.
Okay, and I do think that Deion Sanders connects with his players and does get the best out of his players. Mm-hmm. I do not think that anybody on that Giants team at the end of the day is going to step up to a podium and tell you how great Brian Daboll was. Mm-hmm. He doesn't have a good. So, he let one of the best defensive coordinators go. Has been completely unproductive and unsuccessful as a Giants head coach. Mm-hmm. And I'm sorry, he had Josh Allen and a much better system in Buffalo. He has not been. Now. Was he better than the previous idiot? Yeah, but
he's the best that they've had since Tom Coughlin. He's not Tom Coughlin. He's the best that they've had since Tom, and they've had many since Tom Coughlin. And it sucks to say that because it's only been 8 years.
And he's not even in the top 20 as far as coaches, if you ask me.
Yeah,
all right. So if you get the pick and you're going to bring in Sanders,
right?
Who are you going to bring in to coach him? Who would you rather? Let me.
My dream.
No. Wait. Who would you? Let me give you the question. Who would you rather have coaching him? Brian Daboll or Deion Sanders?
Neither.
Don't care.
That's not an option.
Who would I rather have?
Who's your dream?
Of those two.
Mention your dream. Because I know what it is. Mention your dream.
My dream is that
Bill
Belichick.
Dream. It's everybody's dream that Belichick.
Fresh cutties, Giants.
Back in Giant Blue.
Giant man boobs comes and breaks the record and wins the Super Bowl with the Giants.
All right, but that's not an option here for now in this universe.
If I had to choose, I'm
going to bring in Shador, and Deion wants to be a head coach right now. Why not give him a shot?
Why not? Here's the caveat, okay? I need an A+ defensive coordinator that Deion Sanders does not speak to. And I need an A+ offensive coordinator that he works with, and he is 30,000 foot. That's what he's there for. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I also think,
right.
Let's not forget. I think Deion Sanders can do really good things with wide receivers and defensive backs, and God, he could probably fucking improve the Giants' special teams. So I'm not sure Deion Sanders is completely a no. I think if you would have asked me this 10 years ago, I would have laughed.
Right.
Now, I don't care. Sure. Why not? Go for it.
Yeah. My point is, if you bring him in as an offensive coordinator to get his feet wet and blah, 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 you can't keep Daboll as a coach because that's not Daboll. You know what I mean? Now you've got to find somebody. If you're thinking, well, Sanders could be an OC
hold on.
for a couple of years.
If you're bringing Deion as an OC, why can't you keep Daboll? Why can't
because
you keep
he won't? Because he's not Dable's choice, and everybody knows you're bringing Sanders in to groom him for Dable.
You know the problem with Dable is that he's insecure and he doesn't like Type A powerhouses. That's why he didn't get along with Wink Martindale.
Yeah.
You know what?
So then you're gonna have to find somebody in the interim who's gonna just be like a 2 or 3 year lame duck while Dion gets his feet wet. I say throw Dion in the fire if he wants it.
You know what? I
blame Dable.
They can't be worse.
You keeping Shane as the GM though, or you getting rid of him?
There you go. If you watched that HBO whatever it was called, what's
Hard Knocks?
Hard Knocks with that offseason, the Giants front office looked like the Trailer Park Boys, but the Trailer Park Boys would have came to better decisions at the end. Okay, they were horrible.
It was disgusting. Horrible.
Okay, so
they completely misjudged the situation. Joe Shane said, "Oh, I don't think anybody's
situations."
Right, but with Saquon, they said, "I don't think anybody's going to pay him," and blah blah blah. And then whoever was the guy who said, "I'm going to lose a lot of sleep if he goes to Philly."
John Merritt.
And that was Merritt. Yeah, never happened. Why didn't John Merritt put his foot down and go, I really think we need to keep Saquon? Isn't that his job?
That's my point. That's why, look, Wellington would have said that in 10 seconds. Wellington would have said, Shane, screw you, sign the fucker.
Yeah.
End of story. We're talking, they gave Daniel Jones $40 million fucking dollars.
No, we haven't even talked about the Jets.
Here's the thing. Okay?
They give Daniel Jones $40 million fucking dollars. Right. You're gonna get Saquon for an extra $1.5 million, $2 million, $2.5 million a year.
Number one, John hit the nail on the head. That was the dumbest move. Number two, I'm not so sure if you were to take the $40 million you would have paid Jones and the $42 million that you were going to pay Saquon, and you took that $82 million and got a good quarterback and 3 or 4 really good other players in lieu of Saquon and Jones, then I'm okay with it.
You probably have a better team.
I don't necessarily think but thinking that Saquon's not going to sign with the Eagles and you're going to have a chance to re-sign him, he's just going to come back. That's where you were blind.
Yeah, he's going to test the market. He's not going to get anything close to what he wants or what he got. And he's going to come back to you.
And what he thinks of you was directly in his decision. He said,
fuck
you, I'm going to the Eagles.
Yeah, and that's because of this. Their problem was them thinking that Daniel Jones was the reason that they made the playoffs and won that playoff game 2 years ago. And it wasn't. Saquon Barkley was the reason they won they got to the wild card and won that game. It wasn't Daniel Jones. It was Saquon Barkley. Daniel Jones had a few good plays, but anybody can have a few good plays.
And their defense played well. Let's be honest. Their defense
played fantastic all year. Absolutely.
They were ranked in the top 10 all year.
Come on.
Who was the defensive coordinator? That's what I'm talking about.
I know.
Yeah, we watched our other defensive coordinator win fucking 2, probably 3 Super Bowls with Kansas City.
Harry, you hit the nail on the head. Wink Martindale was the reason, coaching-wise, Wink Martindale was more the reason they got to that wild card game and won than Brian Dable was. Right. Not Brian. It's not that Brian Dable didn't do anything, right? But Wink Martindale was more of the reason they got to that wild card game and won than Brian Dable was.
Absolutely.
So Brian Dable having his button heads and all the bullshit last year with Wink Martindale.
Last 2 years, do you really think Andy Reid is the difference maker in Kansas City?
No.
Lee
Spagnuolo is.
Right.
Well, and the referees.
Well, that's the front office. That's the ownership. They're willing to pay who they need to pay to be successful.
They know where to spend their money.
Head coach, defensive coordinator, referees, doesn't matter. They're spending the money.
We'll find a running back somewhere. We'll bring in somebody who beat up his girlfriend or whatever, who's got some horrible transgression. We'll bring him in, pay him nothing, and we'll give the rest to the refs. Yeah. All right.
Anyway,
now,
Pete said something on Sunday where it was at the beginning. It was the first half of the Jets game saying that the Jets were worse than the Giants. I disagree, but man, what a colossal fucking shit show that was to lose that game. Yeah. I give you the floor.
All right, you guys go make a sandwich. Johnny, get yourself another cocktail, whatever.
By the way, that's how close I was to Wink last year at the Giants Packers Monday Night Football game. I tried to actually get his attention, but he wouldn't talk to me.
It's nothing to brag about. By the way, he does look a little like your father.
You know what? He does.
Yeah, he kind of walks like him.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, I don't have that much to say about the Jets. I think they are the worst team in football. And you can make an argument with me about Jacksonville or Carolina or whatever.
Or the Giants.
I think the Jets or the Giants. I think the Jets are the worst, or the Raiders. They're the worst team in football. And here's why I say that.
Or the Browns.
Or the Browns. Yeah, I think that's the bottom of the barrel list, right? You can't put the Cardinals in there anymore.
No, the Cardinals.
By the way,
Cardinals are top 10 power rankings now.
Quick aside. Quick aside. I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Quick aside. The Giants were on a bye this past weekend. They actually lost, and I'll explain in a minute. They actually lost without even fucking playing. They went from number 2 in draft picking order. They went from the number 2 pick in the draft, and without even playing, they went to number 5 in the.
So they traded down without trading.
They without even playing, they moved down 3 spots in the draft. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, good for them.
Yeah.
And now they can trade up and waste that pick. All right. Here's why the Jets are the worst team in football. Because they tried.
Yeah.
They did all of this stuff, the Aaron Rodgers fiasco, to get better, right? They brought him in. They brought his people in, his former players. They brought Hackett in. They let him, not come to the mandatory preseason workouts and all that stuff. They put up with his anti-vaxxing and his living in the dark for 3 days and all the ridiculous bullshit that he went through and that he's put them through. They fired their head coach and then rearranged however they rearranged. I have to believe Aaron Rodgers had something to do with all of that. All of that.
No,
they bent over backwards.
Not at all.
And
no.
they really tried. And they're just as bad as any other team in the league on face value. But because they really were trying and did so much more than any of those other teams we just mentioned, I think they're the worst team in football. They have failed more. They have fallen from a height of higher expectations. And I understand some of that expectation was hype and was to get clicks and was the guys on TV, wanting to, make some noise, but not all of it. Based on what they did last year when they won 7 games with their defense and Zach Wilson and Aaron Rodgers rehabbing, there was reason to think that they would be at least pretty good this year. Right. And they did all this stuff over the past couple seasons, and it's all failed miserably. So they are the worst organization, let's just say, in football. And I don't see why they're at least not evenly as worse as anybody else that we put on that list as far as on the field. It's a script. Anyone watching or listening to that game, we all knew what was going to happen. We all knew they were going to blow it at the end, still missing field goals, still getting dumb penalties, still can't get in the red zone more than 15 or 25% of the time they get down there. Mm-hmm. They're terrible. They're terrible on the field. The organization is terribly run. Nobody seems to know what they're doing. And I think I said this before. I think that Woody Johnson is just a quieter version of Jerry Jones. His fingers are in the pipe.
Well,
you know what? You hit the nail on the head.
It came out that he wanted to bench Rodgers.
Yeah. Well, they should bench Rodgers. And that's the other thing that I need to say. The Aaron Rodgers experiment should be over.
Tyrod Taylor would be winning more games than Aaron Rodgers will.
It's not working. You're not getting.
It just looks like he doesn't give a shit.
No, everybody's on the wrong page except for him.
Supposedly that locker room is a mess.
Why would any?
Why would it be any other way? What if you were a player on that team right now? If you're one of those 53 players on that team right now, would you give a shit about these next 7 games?
No.
Well,
you could say that about 12, 13 teams in the
NFL. Of course, but yes, you're 100% right. But I'm specifically speaking about the Jets. Would you give a shit?
Yeah, I think some do.
Well, there's a certain amount
the ones that need a contract next year and need to go somewhere else or wherever. Those are the ones that care. Other than that, who cares?
Well, no. If you see that the guys running the show, the management and the ownership of the team, don't seem to get it and don't seem to be doing anything to change.
Right.
It's really hard to put in anything other than the minimal effort. I mean, pride will carry you so far. But so end the Aaron Rodgers experiment. Here's your clipboard. Have a seat. Thank you very much. Don't let the door hit you on the ass on the way out at the end of the season. Actually, Hackett, why don't you hold the door for Aaron, and then don't let the door hit you on the ass on the way out.
Hackett's been a disaster everywhere.
Yeah. Goodbye. See you later. Let them both go on. Both go.
I think what this is showing.
Let's see what's his name? The kid from FSU can do if he's healthy now. Or let's. I honestly, that's
the kid from the Memphis Grizzlies is what you're talking about.
Right.
Yeah. That kid that broke his leg, and let's put him in there. I think he could be a fifth. He was a fifth-round pick. He could be a late round or mid-round steal for them. He was a pretty good quarterback. If he's healthy,
there was actually word on the street that
Rodgers is going to play.
Oh yeah,
I think he is. But I'm just saying, you're not going to get anything out of it.
No. I'll tell you what, though.
Maybe you can get the coveted AFC East second place trophy, but you're not going to.
Which is not very hard, by the way.
Look,
it's not very hard, but it's not taking you to the playoffs.
There was actually word on the street that Joe Namath wants to come out of retirement to play. And to be quite honest with you, as much of a joke as that is, I think you could do a better job at that.
We had the stepdad joke. Now we have the granddad joke.
There you go.
I heard Joe Namath's going to start this week. The head Rodgers ain't no Joe Willie.
Sammy Baugh.
The head coach right now is
Otto Graham.
He's not going to be around next year.
No.
Yeah. The only person who's benefiting from all this is Robert Saleh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Creepy Joe Douglas is gone.
Look. Let's look at this for a second.
No, I'm saying Creepy Joe Douglas is gone.
Their first mistake
is going to be gone. The head coach is going to be gone.
Yeah, you're starting over again.
You're going to start over again.
Now, are they going to get rid of Ulbrich? Are they going to get rid of Ulbrich before the end of the season?
No. End of the season. End of the season.
No, my point is he going to be the first interim head coach to be fired?
Look, I'm gonna tell you that, guys.
Maybe,
and you're not going to like it, and you're going to disagree with me, but I feel confident in this. Rodgers is playing another year for the Jets. Get used to it.
He is.
Sorry.
There's discussion out there. Now, Rodgers has said that one of the ways he's definitely playing his third year with the Jets is if Joe Douglas and Nathaniel Hackett, or no, not even Nathaniel Hackett, Jeff Ulbrich. If Joe Douglas and Jeff Ulbrich are both there when he's there next year. So the thought is that Woody Johnson got rid of Joe Douglas now, so A, he doesn't have to give him another contract, and B, Aaron Rodgers will not play.
Or it's calling his bluff. Who else is going to? Rodgers wants to play another year, okay, and he should, because his legacy.
Look, he's not going anywhere else.
He's not going.
He's not going anywhere else.
That was my point.
He's either playing another year for the Jets or he's retiring. Those are his only two options. That's it. End of story. He retires from football, or he plays another year for the Jets.
He could play a year for the. He could play a year for the Giants.
No way.
While they groom their number 5 pick quarterback.
There you go. Number 5.
Yeah, the Jets are terrible. If
at that point, I would just start Tommy Cutlets all next year at that point and go for that.
Aaron Rodgers, I'll tell you this: if Aaron Rodgers takes a snap for the Jets next year, then that will be it for me. I will be done as a Jet fan.
You know what?
And you're gonna go.
I'm not kidding.
No,
and you're gonna go to the Cowboys.
Stick to that. I'm going to tell you why. He's already at the Cowboys, but stick to that. And I'm going to tell you why. I said it to both of you, and I said it to many other people last week after that friggin' abortion in Munich. I said, if Daniel Jones takes another step for the Giants, I will not watch the damn game.
Then you will.
Yeah, I mean,
but he's not. He's not. So I stuck to my guns. They got rid of him. Now I can watch Giant football next week. Right? So stick to your guns, Pete. That's my plan.
Listen, and if Daniel Jones was starting this week, you'd be right there on your little couch with Christmas Town all around you.
No, she didn't. That goes up next weekend.
Drinking your fucking Grolsch bullshit pumpkin latte.
Grolsch pumpkin latte.
Now, all right, let me say one other thing about this. What's the head coach? I can never name. Ulbricht.
Jeff Ulbricht.
Oh, isn't that a town in New Jersey?
Jeff Ulbricht is in the town.
Jeff Ulbricht. At the press conference after their latest debacle,
right?
He was asked about what went wrong.
He was asked about Harry yawning,
what needs to be improved, etc., etc. And He said, "I'll tell you after I look at the films."
I'll tell you right now, everything.
That was his response. Now, this is the thing. I feel a little bit bad for him because I think he's been put in a position. It's a no-win position because his team is dreadful, and he's a defensive coordinator, not a head coach. And he's not there, I think because he lobbied for it. He's there because this is part of Rodgers' plan. But you can't say, I got to look at the films and I'll tell you what went wrong.
That's every week. That's every week.
Really, you can't tell what the fuck went wrong from watching.
Were you not watching? Were you having a conversation and not paying attention to what was happening on the field?
Here's where I would start. I would try.
Wait.
For the next game,
we
should score more points than the opponent.
Yeah, listen.
That's one way.
That would be about as nondescript and vanilla as these sort of answers that he comes up with. It's just. I know he's thinking about what am I going to do next year because I don't think he's going to be the head coach. Yeah. He's thinking about his next job. But Jesus Christ, this is just ridiculous. I'll tell you after I watch the films.
There's talk out there right now in amongst Jet circles that they're going to go after John Gruden to be the head coach next year.
Do you really want Gruden? Come on.
I don't. I don't. To be honest with you, I don't care. But I'm just
Jet fans would want John Gruden.
Pete, do you want John Gruden? Pete. Well, there's your answer, folks. There you go.
It depends on who else is reasonably available.
Trent Dilfer.
Put it that way. If no one else is reasonably available, then okay, let's bring in John Gruden.
Yeah,
but
that was harking back to.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Giants and Jets are fucked for many years to come, and I've said that, and nothing really is going to change it.
Which is why I am at this point rooting for the Super Bowl to be a Pittsburgh Steelers Detroit Lions Super Bowl.
Watch the Steelers shit the bed this week on a short week and lose to the Browns.
No, they're going to win. They'll win. They'll win tomorrow. They'll win tomorrow.
I don't know. We'll see.
All right.
All right. One more football.
One more thing about football. I got a couple. Let me just see. I don't know how much you guys watch of.
I don't watch any of it.
Shows. I know John watches. What is it? Get Up Football?
I go watch Good Morning Football. I watch PTI. I watch PTI.
It's called Morning Wood.
Let me just say this: Jeff Saturday seems like a nice guy. He's obviously
an idiot.
Very knowledgeable about football.
Pancakes at things.
Right.
That's a ridiculous segment. I got to say this. I'm sure he knows more about football than I ever will. But he has never said any single thing that made me go, huh, that's interesting. He is just as vanilla and cliche as possible. And I just don't understand.
Ironically, Jeff Saturday's middle name is Vanilla. It's Jeff Vanilla Saturday.
Jeff Vanilla Saturday, man.
Exactly.
Which sounds like something that you'd find at the old Howard Johnson's. It's Vanilla Saturday, I heard Hojo. But man, come on, dude. Could you say I like the fact that I guess he's not just making hot takes to try and get clicks, but could you say something that even I didn't think of, or something that's exciting, or something?
Be careful what you ask for, because then you'll get
exactly.
Who's the 8th string quarterback with the big ears? That's all of a sudden an expert and everything.
Yeah. Who the hell is that? Shit, I know who you're talking about. I can't think of it.
Boyle.
Tim Boyle. There you go.
Worse.
Well,
I just
Ryan Lee's been out there making. It's not him, but Ryan Lee's been out there making a lot of. He's been doing a lot of commentary.
I can't watch.
He's been a guest on a lot of football.
Other than PTI, I can't watch. not First Take, but the one with Mike Green is okay, but First Take is just unwatchable anymore.
Oh yeah, it is. Get Up is
okay
at times, but when they start throwing pancakes around,
I watch First Take on Wednesdays because
what about
Christopher Russo's on?
That's true. What about the Manning cast? What Belichick? You watch that?
It's kind of boring the other night.
Yeah,
the other night, Monday
they're
night.
Just like, oh yeah, I think he's going to run a flat pack, drop back, shoot a take. Oh yeah, he's got to do a zoop more often than a zigzag.
Definitely the first show, but maybe the first couple of shows of Belichick were actually interesting. It's been boring since.
They're better when they have non-football people on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they definitely are.
Although I got to be honest, Jim Gaffigan was, holy crap, he was so dry and.
Well, yeah.
I mean that's him. But in his comedy skit, he's all right because that dry humor is funny.
Yeah.
On the Manning cast was just. It'd been like if the three of us had him on, the three of us would be talking.
The three of us could do way better than the Manning cast. We would be canceled in a minute and a half,
of course.
But
the homophobic, misogynistic, fat shaming. 3 idiots doing football show canceled after week 1.
It would not be homophobic or fat shaming or misogynistic.
Not at all.
No, not at all. Don't listen to the opening of this show. By the way, let me just say this.
What was homophobic or fat shaming?
I don't know. There was either some misogyny or some homophobia.
Well, John says things like that sometimes, but I don't think he means it.
No, here's the thing.
I never mean it, of course.
I'm
going for the laugh.
Yeah, it's all about the laugh.
It's all about the laugh.
I don't listen to the fan very often.
Unfortunately, I do.
Yeah. Now let me ask you this, John. I love Bob Wischusen on the fan.
I love Bob Wischusen.
He's so good.
Yeah, he is.
He points out things that other people don't see. He is honest and straightforward. I love to listen to him.
Bob Wischusen's great. I love Bob Wischusen.
I hate him as the Jets announcer.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because he keeps yelling. He's always yelling.
Because the fan comes out. That's why.
Yeah, but he's got to stop.
No pun intended.
He's got to stop. It's just enough already. You don't have to yell all the time.
No.
And Anthony Beck is pretty smart, but boy, sometimes he talks a little, there's a snap.
That's about it.
He's no Wally Zerbiak.
Holding on the left.
But who is, though?
Yeah.
Right.
But shoots will go, what? The left tackle is holding,
Right.
Like your kid brother brings up a good point. Speak up.
Talk,
but Bob, I love you, man. I love you when you're doing the commentary. But please, on the regular radio show. But please stop screaming so much.
Right.
Reminds me of who was the guy who did it back in the 80s forever for the Jets? He had that voice.
Yeah.
First down.
All right, here's the reminder that we haven't had to do in a few weeks, but there are other teams in the NFL besides the Giants and Jets.
Hey, you know what? The Kansas City Chiefs are not undefeated anymore.
No, they're not.
No, they're not.
And the 72 Dolphins are safe once again.
All three that are still alive, yeah.
Well, you know what? Hey, do you want to do a little?
Do you want to do
a little for real? I got some.
I think we should. I think we should get Larry Zonk on the show.
That'd be great.
Fuck Larry Zonka, jerk. I hate when those guys celebrate.
But I still love Larry Zonka.
Hey, you got the good Zonka. We got the shit Zonka.
That's true. You got fumbleitis Zonka. Well, it's not his fault.
No.
Larry, line up. We're gonna take a knee. We're gonna hand off.
It was Joe Pizarchik's fault. It was not Larry Zonka's fault. I was at that game.
Pizarchik sounds like a Slavic
who called
dessert.
the run play?
I really liked the Pizarchik. It was good.
John McVay called that run play.
All right, now we're on something else.
Come on! It was November. It's timely. It was November 1978.
No.
Come on.
Move on.
I was there.
They're on their way to the playoffs.
Other than the Giants and the Jets are going to have to
struggling
call this
Eagles
show
stood in their way.
Hanging yourself with Radio.
All right, let's do a little Are They For Real?
What is real?
What is real? How do you define real? If you're talking about what
It
you
was a
can
great
see,
day at the
smell,
Meadowlands.
taste, and see, then real is simply
Remind you of the
electrical
worst.
signals
I can hear
interpreted by
Art
your
Sable
brain.
now.
The worst moment in Giants
You're not
history.
real.
For real, for real, for real.
Giants
Changed
just
everything.
needed
Though.
to-
Changed everything.
They just needed to execute
Are
the
they
easiest
for
play in
real?
football.
The kneel
The
down.
kneel down.
Exactly.
What is real?
The kneel
All
down.
right.
The easiest play in
For
football, but
real.
not necessarily in Vegas.
Okay, who's more for real? Who fires their head coach first, the Jets or the Giants?
Jets.
Jets.
Probably the Jets. Yeah, that's an easy.
They've already done it, so that answers your question.
Well, no,
the
I mean
current, the
I mean,
interim,
current
yeah.
head coach. Are they gonna? I mean, look, if you're gonna bring Aaron Rodgers,
Well, they don't necessarily need to fire him because he's interim, so that might be a trick question.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about big dogs in the NFC and the AFC. Who is the most for real as the third big dog in the AFC after the Bills and after the Chiefs? Who is for real as the third big dog? The Ravens, the Steelers, or the Texans?
Steelers.
Have the Steelers done enough, winning with 16 field goals in a single game?
And I'm going to tell you why. One person,
win.
one name.
Ravens
one
are a better
person,
team.
one name. I'm going to tell you why.
They're not performing.
Mike Tomlin. That's why.
I would say Russell Wilson.
Oof.
Mike
Mike
Wilson's been great.
Yes,
No, he has been.
he's been a perfect Pittsburgh quarterback.
Yeah, perfect.
12 for 13, 98 yards.
Johnny says the Steelers. Are you going to go with the Ravens, who Lamar Jackson, he does what he does, or the Texans, who I'm kind of right there.
I
They're
think
good.
the Ravens don't match up well against Pittsburgh. If they don't have to play Pittsburgh, I think Baltimore goes farther.
Now, rest of this season, who's the big third dog? The Ravens, you're saying?
Not
I'm still
season.
saying the Ravens.
John
I
says
don't know how
Steelers.
you judge that, but yeah.
Well, that's an arbitrary thing.
Yeah.
I'll go with the Steelers because I have them on my fantasy.
They're going to lose this Thursday.
They probably will.
Win them.
All right, let's turn to the NFC. We got the Lions, and I'm going to put the other team,
The
the
Eagles.
big dogs, as the Eagles.
Yeah, that's as you should.
Well, you might say the Vikings,
They're not.
but the Eagles are a little better in conference. I believe,
Eagles are
and
better.
they have a 6-game winning streak going.
Right.
So after the Lions and the Eagles, who is the for real third big dog? The Vikings, the Commanders, or the Packers?
Vikings.
The Vikings.
Vikings rest of the season.
I mean, they've won 3 in a row.
Yeah, they have.
So it's not like they're skidding.
No, I'm not saying they did. I think they are better than the Packers, and I think they're
And
better
the Commanders have come back down to earth.
Yep.
And
They have
I have no faith. The Packers might be the worst 7-3 team I've seen in a long time.
100%.
Yeah, but they can be great on any given
They
day.
should be a 5-5 or a 4-6 team.
They can be great on any given day, but it's not enough for them to be a big dog.
And I'll tell
All
you
right.
what team I'm going to put ahead. You talked about Pittsburgh and Baltimore. Here's a sleeper ahead of the Texans, the Chargers. You heard it.
Yeah, I almost put them
Yeah,
on the list.
I said I was going to say that to you. I was like, you left off the Chargers for that list.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to go with 3, and they're looking good, but I haven't seen it for long enough from them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it for long enough. That's all. All right, let's take a quick move to the world
Let's
of
take a
hockey.
quick break. Okay.
Quick move to the world of hockey.
Let's change the background. There you go.
There we go. Alex Ovechkin is on his way to
Out.
Canadian Grit.
Out. No.
Although he got hurt,
You're loud.
he's 26 goals behind, I think. 868 to 894, which is Gretzky's record. And he did hurt his leg, so he has been said to be week to week by the Washington Capitals. So
just had a hat trick.
yeah, but he banged knees with somebody, and now he's hurt. Although he's not necessarily out. And then the guy that he banged knees with,
Sure.
if you watch the replay, it looks unintentional. But the guy in the other team that he banged knees with, one of the Capitals goons went over and beat the shit out of him. He's like, you can't.
Was it Tom Wilson?
I don't remember. Might have been Tim Boyle. So what is more for real? Ovechkin catching and or surpassing Gretzky, or the Capitals being the best in the Metropolitan Division?
Of those two, Ovechkin catching or being.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. Look, he's leading the league in goals.
Yeah, well, but now he's hurt, so we don't know. All right, so let me.
He'll be back. It's not a serious injury.
All right. So I was also going to say, will he catch more for real, catching him or being the best in the Eastern Conference?
No, it's definitely catching.
They are the number one team in the Eastern Conference right now.
He needs 26 points or 26 more goals.
26 goals.
More goals.
Yeah.
Goals. He needs goals. Yeah.
He'll get it. I don't think there's any doubt he'll get it, unless of course he, knockwood gets hurt.
No, he'll get it.
He'll probably do it this year.
All right, and finally,
Maybe not.
No, he will.
I think he will this year. If he stays healthy, I think he will.
If the Rangers are smart, they'll finish second behind.
He's out for.
They won't win the President's Trophy this way, so they can go further.
He's out for 3 weeks though.
You get the Stanley Cup Finals and win it.
He's out. He's on the. I guess they placed him on the IR, so which means he has to be out 3 weeks.
All right, so they're 17, 18 games into the season, so
He's gonna miss
19.
like 7 games. He's gonna miss 7 games.
Yeah, he won't miss that much.
7 or 8 games.
So we're still going with him catching Gretzky.
Yeah. Going on IR rules him out for at least the next 3 games, not 3 weeks.
3 games, okay. That's probably smart that they rest him up.
Yeah.
Okay, last one. One of the great skiers of all time, really, coming out of retirement at age 40, Lindsey Vonn, announcing since her retirement in 2019, she's had a few more surgeries on her right knee, which she injured 17 times, I think, during her career.
Yeah, her knees are bigger than ever.
Yeah. Actually, she had a knee replacement, which makes me wonder, should she be eligible?
She had a little work done.
She could have a bionic knee under there, but... So will Lindsey Vonn be for real coming out of retirement at age 40? And that is to say, will she win? Will she win anything?
Yeah.
Will she win a world championship? Will she win
world championship? I don't know, but anything, yes.
Will she win an Olympic medal? Will she win any sort of title?
Yep.
Or will she? She will.
Lindsey Vonn's fantastic. She knows what she's doing.
She's that good. After 5 years out, one fake knee.
Yep.
Harry?
Well, I think she'll be better than Ingmar Stenmark. But
dead. Who's dead?
That's right. It's funny.
Is it though?
But she is one of the all-time greats.
Lindsey Vonn's amazing.
I just saw Mike Tyson fight, so I'm
going to win something.
I'm going to say.
Well, she's not 58.
Yeah, but she's 40 as a skier.
She's 40. Yeah, that's.
And she's got.
But she's had 5. She's had 5 years to rest and.
Way back when I was 40, I skied. So you can ski when you're 40, and I can't hold a fucking candle to Lindsey Vonn.
Yeah, but
she can ski.
You didn't ski every day since you were like 4 years old.
I could
until 40.
I could shoot free throws too, but I'm not playing in the NBA.
You should be. So that's besides the point.
Your 40-year-old knees don't have the wear and tear that hers do. Although she's got new ones, so it has 0 wear.
I don't think you missed one free throw in your driveway on that net on your garage ever once. I saw anyway. So.
Home court advantage. Yeah,
right, that's true.
So Harry, does she win anything?
I don't know because I don't know the setup. Is there the
we have like world championship,
Northern Idaho Invitational?
No, I don't think you have state, but I think you have like European championships.
I think maybe if she makes it to the Olympics, maybe a bronze medal, but I don't see her winning anything significant. I don't.
Yeah, I'm kind of on that boat with you.
I hope she does.
I
hope she does.
I think she does. I think she does.
Great story, but yeah, I think she's going to be, sort of in the mix. But
wish I was able to ski with her at some point. I've skied with. Remember Donna Weinbrecht from the '94 Olympics?
No.
Yeah, Donna Weinbrecht. She won the moguls. She won a couple of competitions. She won a gold in the moguls.
Oh, Donna Weinbrecht.
Donna Weinbrecht. Yeah, I actually used to ski with her at Hidden Valley.
She's not the Donna Weinbrecht who did your taxes.
No. Donna Weinbrecht was from Sea Caucus. So
I hear
I used to ski with her up at Hidden Valley and Vernon.
Can we
I
get
hear the
any
dressing
more
is different there.
What's that?
I hear the dressing is different at Hidden Valley.
It is.
It's like Guinness at the factory.
Well, it's this big ranch. It's this big ranch. So there you go.
It's farm to table.
That's it for Are They For Real? That's the music.
Look at that. That's perfect timing. Look at that.
There we go.
There you go.
There we go.
All right. I think. Well, do we want to we didn't do our picks? Do we want to just put them in separately, or do we want to do our?
I sent you the photo. You're the only one who has to do picks.
That's true.
The 2024 Get On With It Podcast Fantasy Football League.
Garbage. It's garbage.
So we had an interesting week. John and Harry tied. This is week 11.
Fucking Chiefs.
Fucking Chiefs.
This is slot machines.
It's fantasy. That's what it is.
Fantasy, you get to pick and actually make changes and change your lineup, and there's some skill involved. This is just slot machines.
Well, listen here. This is what is interesting. This week, the points total actually lines up with the 1, 2, 3, 4 based on win-loss record.
The
which
best
I believe Harry was.
Best I could do is 5. I've got 3 teams out.
So
me too.
Yeah, both of you have 3 teams out. The coin.
I'm surprised the other
has 2 teams out. I have no teams out.
Yeah. So you should.
So I gotta play you. And look, Johnny's got now. KC is power rank number 3, down from number 1 because they lost. But he's got a 3, a 7, an 11. Houston's 12. I got Philly, Pittsburgh at 3, Washington 6.
Well, you got Philly and Buffalo. And the Rams and Pittsburgh, so shut up.
Yeah, but the Rams
and Washington. So you got the highest.
I know. Listen, but those were not the Rams were not expected to be.
That's what I said. It's slot machines.
Yeah. And then Harry's got Baltimore. You got the 3 teams that are out. You got Denver. You got Minnesota. Yeah, I gotta say this. I know that I said the Jets are the most dysfunctional and they're the worst franchise and all that. Cincinnati has to be the most disappointing, or one of the most disappointing.
Yeah, if they had a defense, Joe Burrow, I would say if they were a 500 team or better, would be the MVP of the league.
I think Joe Burrow leads the league in passing. Actually.
Everything.
And who's his receiver? Chase is the number one receiver in the league.
By the way, what is the record? You have year-to-date totals and nothing in there. What are our actual records? Because it doesn't matter how many points you have; it matters what your record is, right?
Records are at this point. I am in first, 7-3-1.
Fucking Chiefs.
John is in second, 6-3-2. Harry, you're in third, 3-6-2.
3-6-2.
Yeah,
that is horrible.
Yeah. And the coin is 3-7-1. Now we have 4 weeks of regular season left.
Don't try it.
We're all still close. We're all within a few games of each other.
I can tell you my.
I'm not even
leaving out if you want.
What's that?
I could tell you my 2 teams now if you want that I'm leaving out.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm leaving out the Bears and I'm leaving out the Colts.
There you go.
The Bears are not winning. The Bears are not beating the Vikings. And the Colts are not beating.
You're putting number 27 and number 28 New England and the Giants. Like New England, I don't know who they're.
The Bears are not beating the Vikings.
Bears, I don't know.
Oh no, they're definitely not.
The Colts are not beating the Lions.
No, that's true. Yeah, those
okay.
Are
so those are the 2 teams I'm leaving out.
All right, there we go.
The Giants probably won't beat the Bucks, but they could. All right,
fuck it up, Giants.
The Patriots could. The Patriots may not beat the Dolphins, but they could.
I think they got a better chance of beating the Dolphins than the Giants have of
right. But the Bears are not beating the Vikings, and the Colts are not beating the Lions. So I'm leaving out the Bears and the Colts.
I don't know. Colts just beat the Jets. The Jets were going to go to the Super Bowl, according to everyone.
I'm leaving out the Bears and the Colts,
including me. Right?
Let's move on.
All right.
There you go.
The coin.
All right, what do we want to talk a little? Do we want to talk a little hockey? Do we want to talk a little basketball?
No.
Yeah, but I mean, we can wait a little bit. I do want to ask you guys one question. Just one question on baseball? Do you think? And this is Mets related, but do you think Carlos Mendoza deserved to be the 3rd in the voting for manager of the year, behind the Brewers manager who won, and the Padres manager?
Should he have been lower? Is what you're saying?
No, should he have been higher?
I
I mean, he took a team that
with
had
the second highest payroll in baseball and brought them to the playoffs.
but that started shitty for 2 months and was the best team in baseball for the last 4 months of the season.
This is all I hear about is that we were the best team in baseball for the last 3 months.
They were, and they were 2 games away from the World Series.
The best team in baseball was the Dodgers.
For the last 4 months of the regular season, the Mets were the best team in baseball, better than the Dodgers.
At the end of those 4 months, the Dodgers won the World Series.
No, at the end of the postseason, the Dodgers won the World Series.
You can't. Yeah.
Who did they beat?
Anyway, it's some team in Bronx.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe you could make a case for the Padres because the Padres were pretty stacked. And I don't think anyone in their right mind, really expected them to get ahead of the Dodgers, at least not before everyone on the Dodgers got hurt. But I don't like the Padres kind of did what I sort of expected them to do, which was be a really good team. They got hot right at the end.
It's true.
So yeah, I would put, I don't know who their manager is, but I would put the Mets manager ahead of him.
Well, I mean, the Brewers weren't expected to do anything. They lost Craig Counsell. He went to Chicago. They lost some players, so they weren't expected to do anything. So I guess there's that, right?
Yeah, I think that's fair. I would just
the Mets did get further than them. They beat them in the postseason, and they moved on.
I hate this argument, but it's a regular season award.
It's a regular season award, but the Mets did not have as good a record. But the Mets also, for 4 months, the Mets were better than them, but for the entire season, they were not. So,
yeah, and then, I mean, if you're going to say, well, they beat them in the playoffs, well, that's only a, 3 or 4 game sample.
Right.
So you really shouldn't judge the award based on that.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
I think he should be second. I think he should be second.
Kind of where I was going with that. Just the fact that he was out of the top 3, that they actually went to the final voting. He was. And
what is the?
He got
Brewers
one
payroll?
first place of vote.
What is the Brewers payroll compared to the Mets payroll?
A lot lower.
Yeah, so I think the Brewers
markedly lower.
But I think you could put them ahead of the Padres because the Padres they ain't cheap either.
No,
I know they're not top 3, but I don't think they're anywhere below top 5 or 6.
It's in top 6, I think. Yeah, they're up there.
Yeah. So,
and both of you, where does just voting now? One of Pete's things. Mark it down. Where does Soto go? Where does Juan Soto wind up signing? Anywhere. Can it be anywhere?
It's only two. It's only 2 places.
No, it's the Mets. Well, here's who he's interviewed so far, right? The Mets, the Yankees, the Phillies, the Red Sox, the Blue Jays, the Dodgers. Where is he going? If
the Mets owner is willing to make a fucking ridiculously overpriced offer, he's going to the Mets. If he makes an offer and the Yankees get close, he's staying with the Yankees. But I could see the Mets offering him something bigger than Ohtani's contract to get him on the Mets. And then in that case, whatever
the money is.
So the Phillies are out, the Blue Jays are out, the Red Sox are out, the Dodgers are out.
The Yankees and the Mets.
So he's staying in New York. He's staying in New York.
I wouldn't put the Phillies out.
No.
I know they haven't had the postseason success, but if they make an offer that's close to what Steve might give them,
they got Bryce fucking Harper.
If anything's close,
that's how I refer to him. His
anything's close.
Yeah,
he goes back to the Yankees. It's going to have to be a $60 million or a $20 million spread for him to go to the Mets. And the Mets might do it. It's going to be mind-boggling. The Phillies won't do that.
But if it's not, yeah.
If it's close, he's coming back.
Bryce Harper's making a lot of money. Trey Turner's making a lot of money on the Phillies. So
he might go to the Phillies.
Not go to the Phillies.
He might go to the Phillies.
Not go to the Phillies. By the way, in your managerial talks in the National League, it's a regular season award. Rob Thompson, probably ahead of the Padres coach as well. Phillies won 95 games. They had a lot of injuries. He did a pretty good job coaching them. He didn't do a good job in against the Mets in the playoffs, but he did a pretty good job.
Yeah.
95 wins.
Argument. It's a fair argument.
Fair argument.
And they, considered,
I'm not saying he's ahead of Mendoza, but I'm saying right there.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough. All right. Cool.
All right. One other baseball note.
You got it.
Tampa Bay Rays
Mm-hmm.
going to play their home games at the Yankees spring training facility.
They are. They're for a year.
Because
the whole year.
The stadium destroyed by the hurricane there.
The whole season. That stadium won't be ready to go back until 2026. So the entire season next year, the Rays games will be played at the Yankees spring training facility.
And the Oakland A's are going to play at the
in Sacramento
high school in Sacramento.
In Sacramento.
Sacramento High.
Sacramento Junior High.
Junior High.
All right, let me throw this at you.
Sacramento Elementary.
Yeah. Let me throw this at you.
The slide is the foul pole, and the bleachers over there. Right?
They have to be done by 3:00 because that's when recess is.
Right.
Yeah, you got to avoid the metal.
You can't hit a 5-year-old
down in left center field. You don't want to run into that.
Right, exactly.
First 3 innings are T-ball.
Exactly.
Let me throw this at you.
All right.
Tom Brady, obviously having a wonderful time as a broadcaster.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't really listened to him. I assume he's good. He knows a lot about football. He's a pretty funny guy. He seems like, whatever. You get past the leaving his girlfriend while she was pregnant, but that was for Gisele Bundchen. So, seems like a pretty good guy. But here's the thing. He is now a minority owner of the Raiders, right? So he was criticizing the officials during one of the broadcasts he was on. It was a Lions game. It was a couple weeks ago, I think. And he might not get in trouble. It looks like the NFL is not going to do anything, although that is a boo-boo. You cannot have an owner of any type criticizing the officials. So here's my question. Should he even be allowed to be a broadcaster if he is an owner? I mean, that seems like a conflict of interest. Do we really want owners, even a minority owner, on national television talking about other teams and talking about the officials?
I agree with what you're saying in principle, but as long as he's not covering a Raiders game, I'm all right with it.
But this is a violation of a rule, and it doesn't look like the NFL.
As long as Juan Soto goes to the Yankees, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, does it specify majority owner or minority owner? Does it just say owner?
I think it just says owner.
Yeah,
they
got to be talking majority owner.
Condoleezza Rice is
because anybody can invest in a team and be a minority. Like you can invest $5,000 and be a minority owner of the Jets.
But that's my point. Don't you think the NFL should have a rule? If you own a team, you can't be a broadcaster. You can do a podcast, but you shouldn't be on. Who does he work for? Does he work for ESPN or ABC?
Fox.
You shouldn't be on one of the 3 major networks in this country.
I get what you're saying.
You're an owner, should you?
I get what you're saying, but he's like I just said, he's a minority owner. But as far as I'm concerned, as long as he's not covering a Raiders game, I don't give a shit. Yeah.
As long as he's doing the game that I'm listening to in lieu of Tony Romo, I'm okay with it.
As long as it's not Tony
I'll tell you
Romo,
what, he did the Bears-Packers game this week, I think. And I was in an establishment which had that on because all of Denver is the fucking Midwest now. He's not bad.
What happens when you have all those transplants that come into town?
He's pretty good.
I would imagine he's pretty good. I haven't heard him, but my point is, like, doesn't the NFL have to have some sort of a firewall here between ownership and broadcast?
Yeah, but I mean,
this is a violation.
Why though? Why?
Yeah, here's the thing.
Why?
Here's where I'm going. Here's where I'm going with this. Here's where I'm going with this. If you're John Mara, all right, or if you're John Mara, or if you're Mark Davis, or if you're Jerry Jones, right? You are the Giants or the Raiders or the Cowboys, respectively, right? If you're an investor, it's just an investment. That's all it is.
We're also
it's being hyped because it's Tom Brady.
If
it was anybody else, nobody would even know or give a shit. It's being hyped because he's Tom Brady.
And
He's
we're
a
also-
minority owner.
We're also
still
entering
a
a period of
part-
time where
It's an investor.
Where-
It's an
where
investment.
these
He's
type
not-
of people are becoming owners, which they never were before. Nobody here wants to hear John Mara announce a game.
Exactly.
But he's still a part owner of the team.
But it's no. I'm sure there are other minority owners that no one even knows their name that own more of the team than he does. All right.
Okay, but they're not on Fox. That's my point.
But that's
They're-
but
they're
this is what I hear. What
affiliated.
you're saying. I hear what you're saying. But this is my point. As long as he's not covering a Raiders game, I don't care.
Can we go back to talking about the third string Giants quarterback?
All right. Well, that's
But do you understand? I hear what you're saying. I agree with you. I know. If Mark Davis was hired by Fox to cover games, no. Screw that bullshit. Right.
Ooh, that haircut on television.
Exactly.
Oh
Right.
my God, yeah, that would be.
Yeesh.
That
But,
would draw
so,
fans in.
That's hard.
I completely hear what you're saying, but
I don't know.
It's Tom Brady. There's a line there, and
All right,
and
well,
yes,
all right,
it's a per case basis. That's for sure. Okay, fair enough. But
So,
it
move to
literally is just an investment, and as long as he's not, if you're telling me that he's going to cover for Fox, he's going to cover every Raiders game, yeah, then there's an issue.
all right, well, let me move to part B here, because part A is I don't think he should even be in the booth. And you say you're okay with that. This is, by rule, a violation of NFL rules.
Then he shouldn't be.
What
able
he
to-
did.
Or they need to change the rules.
No, this is part B. They're not doing anything to him. They're letting it slide. So let me ask that. Should they? All right, he's okay. You're okay with him in the booth, but if he breaks the rules, shouldn't they punish him?
Well, what are the rules no, they shouldn't. They shouldn't punish him. They shouldn't let it happen, right? I mean, they have some say
what I'm
over the
saying.
television networks, right?
That's what I'm saying. He shouldn't be in the booth at all, so it can never happen. But if you're okay with him being in the booth,
There's got to be some stipulation in there because there'd be so many.
He's an owner.
No. I don't mean a specifically stipulation for him. I mean, there's got to be like a majority owner, minority.
No,
owner
he's an owner who criticized the officials during a broadcast. You cannot do that.
Then he should be fine.
He should be
fine,
right? But he's not.
But not fired or let go and can't broadcast anymore. Fine.
We can
Fine.
argue about whatever, but he should be fined at least, right?
Right.
Yeah.
No, I'll go with you. I'll agree with you on that.
Yeah, that's my part too.
Yeah.
I think that's what's got me a little. I don't think he should be in the booth, but if he's going to be in the booth, okay, I think it sets a dangerous precedent. And now you've got to find out, well, where's the line? What is the level of ownership that we're going to allow to come in? But he broke the rules by definition.
Right.
And nothing happened to him.
Yeah, that should be a fine. That should be a fine. I'll agree with you there. That should be a fine.
Brady's ownership of the Raiders is 5%.
Mm-hmm.
His ownership stake is less than 30% threshold for majority ownership. So Mark Davis, the majority owner who owns about 60% of the franchise, retains decision-making power. Brady's ownership of the Raiders has led to broadcast restrictions for his work as a Fox analyst,
which he broke.
No, the broadcast broadcast restrictions are that he can't broadcast certain games, which I'm assuming are Raiders games.
Raiders games, right?
Right, but I'm saying not broadcast restrictions, but NFL rules state that owners are not allowed to criticize the officials.
Okay, so he should get fined, not be taken off the air.
That's my point, right? He should be fined. I
don't think he should be on the air in the first place, but as long as we agree on the fine, that's all.
Or he should continue to criticize the officials and take one for the team.
It might be. Listen, if anyone can afford the fine,
here's the thing.
I don't have a problem with him criticizing the officials,
right? Because the reason that
he's probably right in what he said,
100%. That's right.
But he shouldn't get off scot free. He shouldn't get off scot free.
Yeah,
all right. You want to last thing? You want to throw that picture up?
Last thing. I'll throw this picture up right here.
I think it was Veterans Day. The Cowboys decided to honor some of their past greats who served in the military, and one of those guys was a gentleman named Tom Landry, who was, of course, their first coach and arguably one of the, if not the greatest figure in the franchise history.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and he was a veteran and fought in World War II, I guess. And so they decided to honor Tom Landry at the end of the first quarter as they were getting shellacked by the Eagles.
Right.
They had a little thing up on the screen and this and that. And and this is a very Jetsy thing to do, by the way.
100%.
They put this up on the screen. I think Johnny's got a screenshot.
Yeah.
Tom Laundrie,
There you go.
coach from
Tom
60
Laundrie.
to 88.
I didn't know he was only 28 years old when he died.
Yeah.
There you go.
Right. That's
I don't know how he played in the 40s when he was born in 1960.
So they had sort of a
Tom
scroll
Laundrie.
video.
So clearly, the person that typed this up clearly was using spell check. And
How do you make that? I mean, come on.
and by the way, just a side note, when he finished in the military, and he went and played football and then became a coach, what team was it with?
Giants.
The New York Giants. Yes, exactly.
And he was the defensive
Staubach
coordinator.
also was a military, was a naval academy guy.
Roger Staubach was in the Navy. Yeah, absolutely.
Laundrie
He was on the same baseball team as David Robertson.
Exactly, and he was on Tom's laundry list.
And Popeye, I think, was also.
See what I did there.
Yeah, Landry was the DC with the Giants, right?
Landry for the 1956 championship game, Jim Lee Howell was the head coach. Tom Landry was the defensive coordinator. Vince Lombardi was the offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Think about that coach.
And Tom Landry's top 5 for the future head coaching position for the Giants.
For the Jets, actually.
For the Jets.
Well, he's
Sure.
88, so he's 28 in 1988.
Yeah, he's young.
How many years are we? 35 years. So he's in his 50s,
He's
right?
28. No, he's 64.
Early
He's 64.
60s.
He's 64. Yeah.
Perfectly
good to go.
capable of coming back,
There you go.
coaching. And just imagine
He's younger than Belichick, so there you go.
Imagine how the uniforms are going to look with Tom Laundrie as your coach. Fucking
Crisp,
Dallas,
crisp.
man.
Crisp
But-
and clean.
You know what? Let's think about this for next week. Maybe we'll do a for real. Which fucking owner of all the NFL owners deserves to be dragged out by his heels? All the other owners.
I can tell you that right
don't
now.
name anybody now. Don't name anybody.
No,
We all know who it
I got a
is.
question. Are we talking majority owner or minority owner?
Talking majority who makes decisions.
That,
Who
my
is the
friend.
guy who deserves all the other owners?
By the way, folks, that's a callback.
Yeah.
Drag him. Don't give away the terminology. Drag him out by his heels and go, fuck you. You're not an owner anymore. You're terrible.
Right.
Certainly a guy in Dallas is in the mix for that. But
100%. right.
I think that's all I got.
All right. Well,
Enough.
Harry, you have anything else?
Nope.
All right. On that note, we will wrap up the show for this week. We want to thank everybody for watching. For those of you just listening to the audio podcast, thank you for listening. Don't forget to visit our website, www.getonwithitpodcast.com. That's getonwithitpodcast.com. And please remember, like us and follow us on all of our social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Instagram. Just search for the Get On With It podcast. And of course, all of our shows are available on YouTube as well on the Logger Room channel.
Go to YouTube, like and subscribe.
Absolutely, please. Remember, we go live with the video podcast on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, which is now X, and Twitch every other Wednesday night around 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. And for those of you who just want to listen to the audio podcast, you can do so on our audio host, Spreaker, as well as iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Odyssey, Audible, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music Podcasts, TuneIn, Podcast Addict, Castbox, Deezer, Podchaser, Rephonic. Pretty much anywhere you can find an audio podcast, you will find the Get On With It Sports Podcast. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to one or more of those feeds, and you will never miss a show. Again, thanks for following along with us. Have a great rest of your week. Have a wonderful weekend. Have a wonderful, happy, healthy, safe Thanksgiving next week. If you take part in amateur night the night before, be safe, be smart. Enjoy Black Friday. If you are watching football, do whatever the fuck you want. But have a wonderful holiday, and we'll see you in a couple weeks, folks. Take care. Cheers.
I'll say this: Brooklyn Nets are not good,
No.
but they are entertaining. Usually through the first 3 quarters, maybe 3.5 quarters of the game.
Yep. Yeah. It's those last.
Yeah. Then they just kind of fade. They're just not that.
It's those
good.
last 6 minutes that get them every time.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Gino Auriemma, who just broke the all-time wins record in college basketball.
He did. Congratulations, Gino.
There we go. And whoever it was that beat the Cavaliers.
That was called the Boston Celtics.
Oh, it's the Celtics, yeah.
The Celtics beat them, yeah. Cavs were undefeated until the night.
Yep.
Yeah, but you knew that was happening, so.
Yeah.
Well, I knew.
Oh, hey.
That's way too topical for us to talk about.
Exactly.
No, we'll get into that.
Tune in next week when we talk about the 1978 Jets-Giants preseason game, where Joe Klecko had a real standout third quarter.
But he really did, though.
Yes.
All right.
Hey, can you guys name the two baseball teams that don't have an S in their names?
That would be the Red
Sox
and the White Sox.
There you go.
Yeah.
I watched somebody on Facebook get stumped for about 45 seconds. Even I got it before they did. So.
Exactly.
Anyway,
Anyway,
thanks for watching. Bye, everybody. Oh, by the way, I got a new camera. You like it?
I love it.
You look
Works.
good.
Works good. You do look
$50.
good.
It was only $50.
I can see your beard now with this new camera.
There you
Yeah.
go.
You know what else is nice?
It's like the back area has been, the Jets.
Yeah,
helmet
actually,
looks like it moved.
I moved everything. The shelves are over there now, and the bed's over there now. So
You gotta love it.
There's a bed in there.
There's a bed in there. Yeah. Absolutely.
You should really do the show from the bed.
Laying down.
Yeah.
He does his OnlyFans on Friday nights from the bed.
We want some success too.
That bed gets lots of action. So
that's what I'm saying.
I like to give it away. But no, I'm actually trying to clear out room to set up the electronic drums.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Well, that'll even be better.
I think I want to start.
Are you
going to say that you set up the electronic?
Are you going to go during the show?
I might do a show from the set. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
I think you should.
I think you should. Just every time you talk, play, and then when you stop talking, stop.
The whole show is just us requesting you to play songs.
Yeah, I'll do the bum crash.
Do you know Too Shy by Kaja Gugu?
There you go.
I know the first 8 bars.
Yeah, yeah.
It's hard.
Over and over again.
Just
works.
No, I honestly haven't played in like close to 15 years.
Even better.
I gotta get back into it.
Fair enough.
All right. Did the show end? Are we still going?
We're still going.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
You can find us on Streaker.
Deezer.
And Geezer. Fucking pow. And
Geezer is where we belong.
Exactly.
Slut box.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
It's the podcast platform for old guys.
Geezer.
All right.
All right.
You like the 65 Giants, Geezer.
Good night, guys. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy turkey.
All right.